Adam Pearce has given an update on a possible in-ring return, Jade Cargill has revealed one of her current dream matches, and an AEW star is making a comeback. Welcome to Wrestling Republic News, your daily show which brings you all the non-dirty wrestling news in the time that it takes for you to drink your morning coffee. Before we get into all of today's news, please like and subscribe, it helps us out a lot. WWE star Liv Morgan has signed with the talent agency Paradigm for representation. She joins names such as CM Punk, Damian Priest, and Tiffany Stratton, who have all signed with Paradigm in recent months. Now, the purpose of signing with a talent agency such as Paradigm is to not necessarily get you a new contract or anything like that in WWE, but more so to give you opportunities outside of WWE, such as in movies, TV shows, that type of thing. And as we know, wrestlers, they don't have that long of a career a lot of the time. So the fact that this gives them opportunities to do stuff outside of the ring, well, that's a huge positive. And just a few years ago, this type of thing was absolutely unheard of in wrestling. But now, well, it's almost just the regular, so it's almost the norm even. So, I mean, it's really good to hear. And Liv Morgan starred in some stuff before. She was in the Chucky TV show. She was also in The Kill Room with Samuel L. Jackson. I've personally never seen that movie, but she's got experience in it. Adam Pearce has given an update on potentially returning to the ring. During an interview with Chris Van Vliet on Insight, Adam Pearce, the current Raw General Manager, revealed that he has no intention of returning to the ring, and in fact, he just doesn't want to. He originally retired from in-ring action in December of 2014, but since becoming Raw General Manager, well, fans have been speculating that perhaps he could return to the ring to maybe feud with somebody on the roster who he's having issues with. But Pearce, he has zero interest in this, but he did call his current role as the Raw General Manager the pinnacle of his professional career, so he is clearly enjoying it. Jade Cargill has named one of her dream matches, and it's with somebody who's currently on the WWE roster. During an interview with Adam Barbard on Foundation Radio, Jade Cargill named Rhea Ripley as one of her dream opponents. She described this match as iron sharpening iron, and that is a great way to describe it. I would love to see it. Two of the best in the world, but not only that. I mean, these two wrestlers, they have the look of a wrestler. Seriously, put them on a WrestleMania poster and it will sell. It'll look like a main event. I would love to see it. Kota Ibushi has revealed that he will be making a comeback to AEW. This comes after he was announced for the August 25th DDT wrestling show, leading to some fans speculating that his days in AEW were over. But he quickly shot that down and said, hey, I got permission from AEW to compete at that event. And last night he talked to X, formerly known as Twitter, and tweeted at a fan saying that AEW is still his home and he's going to be making a comeback alongside Kenny Omega. Of course, Kenny Omega has been out for months with diverculitis. I've said that wrong, but I've done about 8 takes of this, and I keep saying it wrong. I'm so sorry, Kenny. But of course, Kenny previously said that he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to return to the ring, and that was what he was worried about. But these comments from Kota Ibushi, well, they're certainly looking positive, and I cannot wait to see the Golden Lovers back in All Elite Wrestling. Due to Kota Ibushi being injured when he arrived in AEW, I really don't think we've seen the most of him there yet. I mean, this guy, he's so talented, and he's been so talented for years and years. At one point, he was my favorite wrestler on earth. So I really hope that he gets to show the world in AEW what he can do, because if you look at his stuff in Japan, in DDT, and in New Japan Pro Wrestling, he was truly phenomenal. Tony Khan has claimed that we are in the most important time in history for AEW. He revealed this in an interview of Q101, where he said this current media deal which AEW are negotiating is going to be the most important deal AEW ever make. And even more importantly, Tony Khan has said that this new media deal will make AEW very profitable. Of course, as AEW is a private company, we have no idea if they're profitable now or if they're not. There's contradicting information on it. A lot of people predict that they're either breaking even or at a little bit of a loss, and some people are predicting that they're making a bit of a profit. People are just speculating, really, but what we know is they've got a lot of expenses, right? So they are spending a lot of money, but if this media deal is as promising as Tony Khan is hinting, and they're going to be very profitable, well, that is brilliant news for the professional wrestling industry. I talk about it all the time, but a competitor brand to WWE is always necessary because it keeps WWE on their toes and also just gives fans an alternative. It's great for everybody and it makes the industry just thrive a lot more. Warner Brothers Discovery have announced a new show every week which will follow AEW Collision called TNT Overdrive, and yes, it will feature some AEW. The show will feature car crashes, car chases, extreme sports clips, and wrestlers from AEW. It sounds hectic and it sounds like a lot of fun. As we spoke about on yesterday's show, Tony Khan has claimed that the talks about a new partnership with Warner Brothers Discovery were very, very positive when they met in Paris. And the fact that they've now announced this show just a few days later, well, that's certainly a good sign. On the topic of AEW have announced that the Casino Gauntlet match will be returning at AEW All in Wembley, with the winner getting a future AEW World Championship opportunity. The match type first debuted in May, and basically a bunch of unannounced wrestlers come out one by one, and whoever gets a pinfall first wins. It's a little bit of a strange match to have on a pay-per-view, but I'm guessing the reason for it is so they can showcase as many wrestlers as possible, and that is certainly a positive, because after all, it's AEW's only stadium show, and it's a big, big deal. I'm sure everybody on that roster really wants to be part of it. And finally today, we have a bit of a correction from yesterday's show about Progress Wrestling Chapter 170. Because I made a right old big mistake yesterday when I said Kenta's opponent has not yet been announced. Well, it has been announced, and like I said yesterday, he will be defending the Defy Wrestling Championship against Ricky Knight Jr. I'm pumped up for this one. Could we see the first ever British Wrestling Defy champion? I mean, that would be incredible if we could, and that match is going to be a banger, no doubt about it. But on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy today, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps us out tons. I will be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, to talk to you guys a little bit more about some news. See you guys then. Peace!